when prices start to rise, it starts to happen in London. It starts here in the centre of London, and then it moves out to the metropolitan area around London. Then it moves out to the southeast. Then it moves out to the southwest, and then it goes up into East Anglia. Now it practically follows out the road networks out, and then a year later it penetrates out into the towns and villages around the major roads. Now after London, it then goes out to the Midlands, West Midlands, the East Midlands, and if we look at the table, East Midlands is 34% and the West Midlands 31%, so they're virtually the same. Then after that we go up into the M62 corridor, then we move up into the northeast and then the northwest. Not an exact science, but when it starts to rise in London, it starts to rise here or in the Midlands about 3 years later. Then the M62 about 4 years later. Manchester a little bit quicker, that's probably about 3 years. Okay. Then up into the northeast of England, that's about 5 years later. So I repeat, it's not an exact science, but roughly. Okay. But guess what? When it pauses in London, it won't pause in the Midlands until about 3 years later. Okay? And in Newcastle about 5 years later. Saying if it falls, it's a delayed reaction. Okay, does that make sense? So when we start to understand this pattern, it becomes very powerful.